Okay, you're good to go. Thank you, Tom.
I tried.
Brilliant.
Okay, we're all set again?
Yeah.
So we're all set again, I guess. And I hope everybody got the address for the simulator. And again, this is the observatory and with 2 scopes. The big one has a STL 6303 camera on it. The 10 has a ST9, and so each has its own computer. When I crank this on for whoever's going to use it, usually you start at midnight. I go to bed, and the next morning I get up and put it to bed because they run all night after they learn how. It's pretty simple system, so we'll see if we can get the simulator up here.
So if it starts raining, you just get up and go on it?
I don't even open it. I think it's going to rain. I had an automatic roof in Hawaii when I started this program years ago, and they kept shutting the roof without parking the scope, knocking off my stuff off the top of my scope. So when I built this observatory, when I moved to Arizona, I got this manual, and it's never been hit. And that sounds funny, but I'll tell you, it's amazing what damage a roof will do to a little guide scope.
So you have those 3 scopes all in one roll-off room?
2 scopes. Two scopes. Yeah.
Frank, did you work at the University of Hawaii?
No.
Church? No.
There's somebody else.
So many people on it. Yeah. This Red Mountain Simulator Observatory is owned and run by Bob Denny, who is the one that makes ACP. ACP is Astronomical Center Program, and that's exactly what it does. On this, I have in the computer, I have this huge star program that's got the whole sky covered. And what it does, it takes a picture and then it looks at it and it sees how many stars that it knows, and then it centers the target. So when we put a target in there, you won't be able to see that at all. I can see it when I'm watching. But let's say this is a screen and the target's down here and all the stars are there. Once it knows where it is, and it automatically moves this back right up in the center, and you'll see your images come in center every time. So, is somebody running this? Somebody click on it? Or somebody's running it now.
I'm not sure. I'm watching it.
Oh, should I be off of it? Somebody's running it.
Mine's flashing too, but I didn't even touch anything.
No, it's all I turned on. It's saying somebody's running it.
Nice job, Carl.
So if you click on the observing, you have this drop-down menu. So let's just take a single image this time. So we click on single image, and that puts you down into a box, acquire a single image, and you name the target. And if you don't know what's up, if you go over where it says Deep Sky Catalog Search, and click on it, and this comes up, and if you put, let's say we're going to do Messier's, so you put an M in there, and say search, or NGC or IC, whatever you're going to do. These targets here are up at this time at this simulator. And that would be true of my telescope. If you click on there and you put M or NGC or IC, whatever targets come up over here are up and available as image.
Boxes there.
to that visible only box is center.
Yeah. So, and I'm just saying,
Right.
so let's say we're going to take a picture of M1. So we click on it, and you notice that it immediately put the target in and give us a right ascension and declination. Now all we have to do is put in duration. And with the simulator, of course, it doesn't make any difference how much time you put in because it only runs for a certain amount. So we'll put in 60 seconds and luminous filters. Now, the filters I have are RGB, clear, and luminous. So I don't have all these other filters. So you can take colored images. Bending on the 10-inch, you should always use bending 1. On the 16, you can go 4, 3, 2, 1. And 1 is huge. It takes a long time to download everything. So, but if you're going to do colored image, and you want to, don't worry about autofocus ever. It'll take care of it yourself. Auto-calibrate, acquire image, and then you scroll back up and click on Show Hide Box. It'll tell you what's it's doing on all times.
Just like a telescope, this can only take one person at a time,
Yes.
simulator.
You see,
Is it real?
no, the simulator, I don't know how many people.
Oh, really? Okay.
But you can see it's slewing the target now, and it tells you everything that's going on. One of the important things while it's slewing is stop run button. You click on it once. You click on it twice, and you never use the scope again that night because it just quits.
Huh.
Click on it once. Everybody gets impatient and say, well, I better click again because it's not doing anything. But it has to go through a complete process to know where it is when you stopped it. Because if it doesn't know where it is, your next image won't go. So when you click on it twice, it confuses it. And I get up in the morning and the thing just runs. You know.
Why would you click on the dog?
Who knows why you want to click on it? You just want to stop that particular image. Here, now we're taking our 60-second image. You see it up there? You see our guide camera. This is our guide star. This is the graph telling me how it's doing. This reading. It's taking a picture every second. Every single second, the guide camera is taking a picture. So it takes 60 frames for that 60-second. So those guide cameras really work.
I had to stop and try, for example, when those errors got completed in pixel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to stop one on that.
Yeah.
You're
Hear that?
that?
If the error on your guide camera gets above, say 1 or 2, that's really stop because otherwise you can end up. It's usually when it runs into a cloud and you don't know. There's little clouds float by every once in a while as you're taking an image, and then you lose. Usually you just lose your guide star completely.
So this is a simulator. I mean, you're not taking a picture.
No. This is all false. This is all just a simulator.
Okay.
There's not really anything except how to work. So, how about someone taking a picture? Who's got it up? Anybody got it? Put in, click on single image. And then find your target, whatever target you want. When you come up here and do it, I can't see it. Oh, sorry about that.
Volunteer.
We got our Canadian friend here coming to take a picture. Click on single image.
When we screw them up, if we load on, get on the simulator, Frank, under your name?
No, not at all.
Okay, so I'll shoot a different one.
Now, you have to have, whatever you have to have a space here, M space, whatever. M
Does it
space.
bring up a list of where it's nothing, the pattern matches?
We already did that, so whatever you put, you saw the list.
Oh, I didn't actually remember.
Just put 100 in there. I saw that on there.
Okay.
And click on get coordinates. Now, you see the coordinates come up, and you can 60-second everything, so acquire image, and then scroll back up and you can watch it. You were already running. Somebody must have clicked on it. You clicked on it twice. Yeah, just close that. You only click on it once. Click on it twice, it tells you you're running it. Scroll back up, and we can watch it. If you click on acquire image twice, it tells you you're already running it.
So is the simulator running in real time? That is, since this is daytime now, it's picking an image in the sky at daytime?
It's not taking any image at all.
No, I know it's not taking it, but is it simulating the time on the current time?
Right. This is from Mesa, which is just north of me, so it would be basically the same as mine.
Rich, you can just check on Solarium.
Well, what I'm wondering is it picked M1. Well, M1 is not up tonight, as far as
No, it's up right now.
It's up right now, so it's still taking it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I.
Okay, yeah.
So he's taking a 40-second image, as you can see. His image is done. His guide, you can see his guide star and everything. He had real good guiding. When this ends the program, then the telescope stops and just stays right there and waits for the next. It knows where it is at all times. It doesn't continue to track.
Oh, it doesn't continue to track.
No.
Am I done?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Some good friends in the north? Is that an image on the right, or?
That's a simulated image. I think we'll get the same image every time.
But it's very consistent.
Yeah.
No, that's M100.
Now, if you're going to make a colored image, you have here. Where did you go? You click on color series, and you end up with this kind of box. So we don't have to change our target. But let's say your grandma comes to you and she says, "I bought a star for $35." And so grandma wants to know, look at her star. So you can put grandma in there. And then you can put whatever coordinates her star is. So as long as you type them in, let's say the RA is 10 hours, then you have to put colon, 11 minutes, colon, 13 seconds. And the deck is it's either plus or minus. So you put it minus 11, again, colon, 12, colon, 13. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, you have to click the box, I think.
I see that. I should be looking at what I'm doing. And then you got coordinates. Oh, I wiped that out. Anyhow, you can put in grandma's coordinates, and if it's up, then it'll work, and if it's not, it won't. So let's go back to the color series. So you can put your own name in there and your own right ascension and declination anytime.
I get coordinates. I know that these guys calibrate.
Okay, well, if you put M100, you get coordinates.
Oh,
It gives you the coordinates.
you need a space word.
Yeah, space. Always got to have a space. M space. M space.
That's the way it is.
IC space. NTC space.
lowercase on the M too?
It doesn't make any difference. Okay, if you click on these boxes down here, it means you're going to use all these boxes. And how many counts? If you're going to take a whole bunch of pictures to do a whole bunch of stuff, you can put as many counts as you want. Just one, right now, one. And then you see we can change the filter, so we got the luminous, and then we'll put red, green, and blue. So we're going to make a colored image, and we can put whatever times again in here. And with the simulators, it doesn't make any difference because it's going to take just a few seconds each time. So all we need is auto-calibrate and acquire image. It'll take a little bit to get started, and then it'll run right through. The guide camera won't shut off. It'll just keep on guiding, and it'll go right through the filters. Click, 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 click. And this program is really simple. It runs the telescope. The cameras are run by Maximum DL, which is a Canadian company that makes Maximum. And ACP is made by Bob Denny, like I said, in Mesa, Arizona. And so he's close enough I can call him quite often. But this will just continue to run until it gets through. I'm not sure if we want our... what's my time frame?
Good question. Hold on.
Go. Well, it's running. Patrick, would you come up and tell them about what you trained there in India just recently? Well, that's running. Just let it run. Oh, do you want to put something on there?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Don't really have much to tell you. We'll say that man went to Monkeyevich, I know where to get that. Out of Poland, has for a number of years been using Frank's facility to train teachers and students throughout Poland, maybe other parts of Europe.
Yeah, Portugal.
He does using Skype, and so as a part of Isaac, I wondered if we might be able to expand that throughout the world. And so we're testing. We ran a test just a couple of weeks ago, space group out of India, preparing for the Astronomers Without Borders Global Astronomy Month next April. We trained 3 teachers over Skype using actually Frank's telescope, the ACP interface that you have to that telescope. And then about 3 or 4 days later, we brought in 4 groups of 4 students from 4 different schools out in Delhi. And they took images of in 13 in 57, I think, was a couple of galaxies, some gas clouds. Also, we took some images of asteroids, so we could see asteroids moving. And so we are now coordinating through Frank's facility for Global Astronomy Month to do 2 tests, or do 2 sites. One will be in India, in Delhi, and the other will be in Ironwood, Germany. So that will be the start of a program that we're thinking about where we'll be able to do this over the entire world. Now, Frank's telescope can only serve from about Germany to about the middle of Russia in terms of time zones, and everything north and south in those time zones. But using Mary's facility at Jackson State, maybe our facility in Hawaii, and the other facilities located in Australia, we would probably encompass the entire Earth. Campaigns for schools and students. But we're starting with Frank's work. Selectively do this for years.
All right. You notice how now this is doing the luminous red, now it's taking the green filter, so it just continues to go. Guide camera stays going. star stays up. So you can just take right through. So it's a lot faster than taking one red and then closing down, starting taking one green, because then the guide camera everything has to start over again. Yes?
I noticed that there was some check boxes for dust flaps and...
Don't check any boxes at all,
Okay, but
except...
do you automatically take flats that are...
Yes, I take all the flats and darks and biases. They're all automatically subtracted.
So then do you... Somewhere I saw auto-calibrate.
To auto-calibrate, always click on that one box, auto-calibrate, because auto-calibrate is how it looks at the star charts and knows where it is.
Okay.
Because when it shuts down, you don't see it on this, but when it shuts down, it tells you, I found this many stars and aligned on this many. So it knows where it is. But see, now it's gone to the blue. So it's gone doing the whole system here. And the blue gets through. I'll show you some of those images that the Indian children took. And how long did you think it took them to learn? About a few minutes, just like this?
It takes about 15 minutes to show you how to do this.
Yeah. Kids learn this real fast. I've got little grandkids, and you show them once, and of course they're all computer savvy nowadays, and they tell me to get off. I know more about it than you do, Grandpa.
Now, what the team didn't have was the experience I've had on it over the years. So I just sat in the background, watching the sky, and talking to them. And when they're ready to technical problems to do, because with the internet we had technical problems. Frank's internet one night, and the internet the other night. And how to get in and out of the system.
Where do the images show up?
Yeah. Any image that comes up, if you click on it, you can save it instantly to your desktop as a JPEG. Otherwise, you have to go into the files here, and of course this won't show them. And you acquire your images, and then put your images up here, and these are FITS files. So if you're going to make a colored image out of your RGB, you need FITS files. So once you get in here, it'll have your name up here and the date of when you took the pictures. And you just, all you have to do is click on this, and it'll start downloading into your computer.
Are you going to show how to do scripts?
No. No, I don't do scripts, so I don't.
I'm thinking...
You'll have to have somebody else write scripts. I don't do scripts.
But, for asteroid rotation, that's one of our favorite things.
Yeah.
I guess you could essentially follow an asteroid, automatically take pictures.
What you can do is on that multiple, you can just go in and make it luminous. Instead of worrying about a script, you can just go and make it on the luminous, on the colored thing, and put in 100 in there, and it'll take it over and over all night long, and then you can make your light curves. So it's that simple. So once you see your image, you just click on it and then start loading it into your desktop, and then you get your images. Then they're, of course, they're just like that, and you can either save them. Remember, these are going to be JPEGs if you click on it instantly, and these are going to be FITS if you go into things. And FITS you need to make colored images. Let's see if I can close this now.
What version of ATT are you?
What's that?
What version of ATT are you? Which is rising.
Yeah, I'm using, on the 16, I'm using the brand new one. On the 10, I'm using an older one because I'm running Windows 2000 on the 10 and it won't accept the new version. I don't remember.
version.
I don't remember what. You can go online. You can actually download ACP for a 60-day free trial.
Okay.
But you also, if you use ACP, you got to have MDL. You don't work alone.
You have both of them, and in my case, since I'm using software business now, you gotta have these to get ASCOM as well. Does it need any spot or, sorry?
I'm sorry. You have to talk real loud. I'm trying to find it, yeah. Yeah.
Get it over.
I didn't find anything on the computer. There you go. Okay, these are the images that the kids took. So that's M2, M8, M11, M13. These are taken with the 10-inch, by the way. M16. Anybody know what that is? 51. And these images, this is a 3, 1 red, 1 green, 1 blue, 180 seconds each. 9 minutes of imaging. It's not like the Hubble or like so many people in our club that take 500 of this and 400 of that, 600 of this, and spend 3 weeks combining and gets a beautiful picture that looks just like that. This takes about 15 minutes total.
These combined with Maximum DL? I mean,
No, this is done with Aladdin, and Aladdin's free. You can download Aladdin and use it, and it just drags the bits into it, and boom, it pops back.
RGB?
With some experience, you saw the data.
Yeah, or something, whatever.
In Aladdin, can you align the images in Aladdin?
Aladdin automatically aligns it.
Is it an open source free program, or is that just a demo version? Open source free.
Open source.
Okay, so, and it's on the course, students can actually download it and use it for their project.
Yeah.
You download that too while on your desktop and install it. You need to have internet access. Access to the catalogs.
Yeah. These images come out really nice. M20 is a really beautiful job. I don't know what it looks like there. It's on my computer. It's got lots of color.
What's the telescope? How big?
What's the schedule? I don't know. That's not supposed to be.
You have until
2:05.
yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions now? We still have several minutes.
What's the longitude of your observer, do you know?
What's what?
Longitude, I'm just thinking how far.
Oh, I'm 33 degrees, 111.
33 degrees?
33 degrees north, 111 west.
How do you control current access to the telephone?
Okay, in order to log on, you need a password and a name.
Right.
Just the same, and basically it's the same, almost the same address, GTTP, except it's lionowaz2.mysky.com, unless it's 16 and it's 8245 colon. But everybody that uses it, Patrick has his own password and name, and he has his own password and name. So if you're going to use it, I can give you a password and name, But I don't have you just can't just generally log on.
Right, but if you have a group of people that have like a class,
Yeah.
and they want to all schedule time, do they
Only one person at a time.
so they announce to a regular time block and then one
The
account?
time block, you make all scheduling goes to HOU and Berkeley. Then they send me a schedule saying, so-and-so requested this time. And I said, well, I'm not going to be home. I'm going to be down the road that day. Or, yes, I'll be home. I'll roll the roof off and align the scopes, and away you go.
Right. What I've done was, in my case, it's 2 hour time walking for students. And then you build an observation log, you have the plan ready to go, and then you document the plan. After you take the first 2 or 3 images, they can edit it.
Is that all automatic, or do you have to have a telescope operator that sort of enabling?
No, you just dial in, you set it up.
Right.
And
So after the plan's up, then they're booted out, and then it opens up to whoever next in line.
Or Frank says it.
It's a little tricky if you don't log off. I think like somebody else can come in and operators, so you have to be kind of respectful of your schedule time.
Right.
Now, Patrick took some of these pictures. These are black and white, and they blink them. What were you looking for? Comet transfer. Yeah. So you can take this one and you can blink them with whatever kind of program you have them blink.
Just click the next frame. Should do the next one. Down there on the one on that.
Yeah. This doesn't. No, this is not that next one. Okay.
No, not that one. Okay, no.
No, that just turned. I have to.
I moved into the arrow.
This just open the box.
You can link this also to J.
Yeah.
You can link to this too.
Well, here you can see the 3 images down at the bottom. Do you stack them or just do 2 at a time? You just do 2.
The same as 15 for an hour, there's another 1 hour there for that.
This time of year is when I get a lot of maintenance and things done because it's monsoon season in Arizona. So we get a lot of rain, lightning, and dust storms. Anybody see pictures of our dust storms?
Oh, man.
They only showed 2 of them on 4th of July. I and my grandson were up on the roof taking pictures of lightning and stuff. And we could see it, and one coming just as dark. And off we're coming. So I've been washing out louvers and cleaning filters, and I got all these air things to blow all the dust out of the cameras out in the observatory.
Pictures I saw, I thought it was a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
Hidalgo or something.
Yeah.
I mean, dust storm.
Frank, do you have a couple of your nice pictures you could show just to let people know what you do?
That's why I just showed it. Didn't you see those?
I can put it out.
These are the Indian kids just took from India.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just showing them.
Yeah, I was putting it there.
Yeah.
How long exposures?
These are 180 seconds for each, for R and GB, just three pictures, no movies.
Fred, do you have a database of images where people can retrieve information on how much time you expose in which filter to a particular image?
I tried that when first started, but I don't stay up. No, I don't. But if it's a bright object, it doesn't take long. If it's dim objects, you need more time. A lot of it's just experimenting with, when you start playing with them.
You know, that'd be a wonderful project for a student. You know, they can start with their own, you know, look at some pricing, you know, not what's exposure nice, different things, what exposure need, you know, magnitudes or surface tendencies, and they can use, that'd be nice to have as a resource for here.
Like this image here, you see this is overexposed, so these stars are starting to bleed. That's what they call it. They bleed. Now, you can, before you process that, you can go in most programs and click and get that off of there, and then process it. But it depends on the color. Usually blue won't bleed because it's such a dim color. Green usually always bleeds if you overexpose. So you've got to kind of figure out which one does what. And
now, if you get say new users from here, how do we train them? We have a lecturer, Patrick, helps them walk through the first night. How do we train them so they don't need the telescope finding the heat in the morning, for example?
Well, that's the thing. With my little sheet here, I'm just going to go through the final thing. You got to know your target. You put your target in, and that deep sky catalog you can put in there. Remember anything that's in. The colored images you can do with the color series, and you can make plans, but I don't do plans myself. So you got to find somebody that knows how to do plans. Patrick had a plan maker for him, so it worked out real well. You can get your images. I showed you how to get your images. If you just want a JPEG right off the top, you just click on it and save it immediately. If you want to, you go to Documents and go over to your name, and you click on each image as you download, and it'll download into your computer. How long did you say it took to download an image?
40 seconds.
About 40 seconds. That's for fits. Fits are big images, as you know. The last and most important thing is when you're using this telescope, the last image always has to be taken to the west. The last image always has to be taken to the west, regardless of the target. Always to the west. That way, when I get up in the morning, whether it's 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever, the sun is not shining in my telescope. Because there's a black tube in there about that long, where the stuff goes in, comes back out, and light down the tube, and it'll melt that. I've seen them happen. And if you melt my tube in any of my scopes, don't go to bed. You'll be in deep trouble.
That's why I call you 4 o'clock in the morning frame. They 20 minutes.
Yeah, their last day they were using the scope. They double clicked on stop image. And the scope was pointed the wrong direction. So I get this call in the middle of the night. My wife says, must be Patrick. When I used to fly down in the Gulf of Mexico, and we'd get these calls in the middle of the night, and it was always good when it was for Mill White Mud, because that was the wrong number. My number and Mill White Mud were just the same close. Because if it wasn't for them, that means I had to go down, get in a helicopter, and fly out to some platform in the Gulf of Mexico and rescue somebody that fell down and got hurt. And that's not fun. So last image, always to the west. And the simulator, you can use anytime. I was going to log on to, that's the reason I have a few minutes. I was going to log on to Australia, which I have access to, and they have the same system as I have on a 14-inch scope, but I thought we'd schedule in the morning, but we changed the schedule to my afternoon, so now the sun's up there. And we could have taken a live image. Any questions? You find this really easy to use.
So if I happen to know that one of my parents used the telescope and he has some cool images that I wanted, could I go to his directory? Or am I only, is my logged in?
No, don't take anybody else's images because they won't even come up.
they won't come up.
No.
But are all those,
That's the reason you have a separate name and password.
okay, but in the, some of us like to share. So, are all of those images on your computer then?
Not for long, because its images are so big. When they go through some nights, they take over 200 images.
Okay, you have to download.
And I just, after they download them, I usually keep just one or two of their nights and download the rest. Dump them to the old garbage can and out the door, because I've got big hard drives on both of these, but it doesn't take long to fill them up. With these fixed images, they're huge, especially on the 16. One by ones are just absolutely huge.
Just, if we start to open it up to more people, there'll be some, we'll train them a little about leaving in the west, pointing to the west. Somebody will get it wrong, maybe. Is there possible, do you think we can buy a little, what do you call the thing?
No, I don't want one or something.
You don't want that?
No, I know what you're talking about. No. They're going back to the same problem of the automatic route. They just forget, they say, well, it's just pointed east, no problem, we'll just close it. Oh, I forgot to close the lid.
Right.
No, it's easier just to point to the west something. But don't worry about it, if you don't, it burns up the scope, Carl's gonna buy me a brand new.
So if we want a time to use it, we go through you, Alan?
No.
Carl?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're changing it, the system, I just got an email. What are they gonna do,
It's going to be a web-based system. Before, Masaki was just fill out a table, kind of on a table.
Masaki's been doing it, do you know him? Yeah, he's been sending you the schedule, so.
But it'd be a little more easy for him, you could do it automatically on the web. It also will put Perth, American Dhabi, and Morocco, and some of the other supposed to be out there. I know it's the most reliable. If you want to reserve something at a different time, we'll do that.
I encourage you to at least try this with your students. It's amazing. When we were in Portugal, a bunch of kids come with one of their teachers with a big poster for me, and she was telling me all these kids, I think there was about 15 of them, were all kids that caused trouble all the time. Didn't do their grades, didn't do this, didn't do that, was always interrupting. She got them into this program, and she said this is the best student she had now, because they know if they're causing problems, they don't get to take any images.
So if we want to get trained, we talk to Patrick, and then when we're on schedule time, we talk to Carol.
Training is, you can use that simulator to train yourself.
And then you let me loose on it?
It's that simple. It's that simple to do.
It's hard to break anything, right? Unless you
Well,
stop.
once you know for
Keep it east towards the sun. Or keep it east towards the sun. Make sure it's pointing east, yeah.
I won't get to
Well, I guess there is a failure mode. If you hit stop twice and you're pointing east, then we probably should call and wake you up, right?
No, just call Carl. You shouldn't even think about hitting that twice.
Right.
That's the easiest way.
Well, Frank, we just did health education on our request page.